All right, Zeaxios hates Nikke. Let's see why.
I'm close to a Pilgrim mode. Now, I think they're garbage. I do. I think they're just garbage. The fact that we're getting non-Pilgrims off of Pilgrim mode makes it's just laughable. If we don't have Pilgrim SRs or Pilgrim R characters, please do not put them in the
Yeah,
pool.
it doesn't make sense for them. Like, he might talk about this too. And if he does, then I'll just cut it out of the video. When you think about Pilgrim Tower, you have to have 5 Pilgrims to even climb it efficiently. So you need 5 Pilgrims, and you have to have a mixture of Burst 1, Burst 2, and Burst 3 Pilgrims. So you have to have a decent amount of Pilgrims to get Pilgrim molds, and then they reward you with a Pilgrim mold that's supposed to give you a chance at getting a Pilgrim. You have a 50%, what the, wait, 50% chance for an SSR, 30% chance for an SR. The fact that rares are even factored into this this is a war crime on the player. This is just stupid. You should not be able to pull SRs. SRs aren't even characters, they're currency. You pull so many of these things that they're just mileage. They're just body labels. These are not characters that you're using in any content except for Anise for PvP. Anise for PvP. And you're not using these characters for anything at all, ever. You're not using them in raids, you're not using them you're not using these at all, these rares. So why are they should have a 0% chance to drop. These SRs should also have a 0% chance to drop. SSRs in a Pilgrim mold, like, I get it. Like, you don't want a Pilgrim mold to be a cheat code to getting free Pilgrims, because if everybody can just get free Pilgrims, then, you know. So I understand that you have to keep the rarity of the Pilgrims really low to make Pilgrims as rare as they are, make them as special as they are. But the fact that you can get an R or an SR in these molds, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we need a rework on these Pilgrim molds. We need a rework on the Overload gear, and we need a rework on the Pilgrim molds. I'm 4 stages away from getting a new Pilgrim mold. And if I pulled an SR or an R from a Pilgrim mold, it would feel like I wasted my time. And is that what you want for your player base? You want your player base to feel like they're wasting their time? I don't see how that's good. That's good business strategy.
That's just how I see it, right? Same thing goes for every other thing. It's an SSR. Like, I don't get it, all right? I said I'm not gonna rant, but clearly I'm ranting, right? At this point, you know how it's just unfair to me. That people get shafted after waiting so long for a Pilgrim mode, but hey, it is what
like
it is,
I said, you have to have Pilgrims just to even get those Pilgrim molds. So you have to grind and grind and grind and hope you get a Pilgrim. Then grind and grind and grind and hope that you get a Burst 1 Pilgrim, Burst 2 Pilgrim, Burst 3 Pilgrim. That's 3 Pilgrims. Then at a certain point, you can't climb that tower anymore. You have to go back and grind and grind and grind until you can get 5 Pilgrims. Then you have to grind the Overload gear for them. Then you have to grind the custom modules for them. Then you have to lock and unlock and roll and re-roll that gear. And then once you've climbed, you get a Pilgrim mold. And then what do you get out of it? Oh, a rare? A Rapi? And it's like, what is this? This is stupid.
People would offend it, right? I'm
Who
sorry. I don't give a
this. I want them found, I want them lined up, and I want to take them all out to a steak dinner.
Damn, if I'm a content creator for Nikke, I'll never defend their bullshit practices, right? Gacha costume skins are cool and all. In my opinion, it's whatever. But if I feel like it's just a complete ripoff, then no. I mean, well, to be honest, it's always a ripoff, right? In the game where I'm not gonna tie in there. You guys do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you spend money on Nikke or any gacha game, you are wasting your money. Like, you are enhancing your experience while playing the game. However, if this game goes offline and they don't give you an offline client to, like, play through the game like normal, but without the online capabilities and everything, all of that money is just wasted. So you gotta think, like, we're spending money on this game to buy the skins that we like, to enhance our experience of the game, and then the experience of our game is ruined when we spend all this time and effort into getting a Pilgrim mold, which is not just rolling for a Pilgrim and just getting a Pilgrim. You know, when you roll and you get Red Hood, you make a brand new account, you roll, and your best friend rolls his first time and he gets Red Hood, you're like, you didn't even earn that Red Hood. I've been playing this game. I got you to play this game for 5 minutes and you pull a Red Hood. I am so mad at you. And then you turn around and you earn a Pilgrim mold and you pull a Rapi on it. You want to punch your monitor. And it's like, so now you're spending your money that you're never going to get back, and then you spent your time that you're never going to get back to pull a Rapi on a Pilgrim. I want to punch my monitor just thinking about it.
So Snow White dupes. If I get Haran, I'm going to cry. If I get Scarlet, I'm going to cry. If I get Black, shout out to Scarlet, I'm going to be okay, but I don't really care for that. If I get Noah dupes, I'm going to cry.
Watch him pull Rapi,
if I don't
swear.
get an SSR, I'm going to rage. That's what I'm telling you, because it's been too long.
Let's be honest, you're probably... Wow, oh man, thank God I paused it. Let's be honest, you're going to pull number 1, or whatever the hell her name is, or you're going to pull a Ballorda, a Rapi, a Neon. Oh my God!
You see? But people... You see?
This is a war crime! Why would... It's like, how can anyone defend pulling a rare or a super rare on a Pilgrim mold? It has Pilgrim in the name. However, I get that Pilgrims are supposed to be rare. You can't give somebody a guaranteed SSR at least? I mean, come on. It's so stupid. The amount of investment that you need and luck that you need to even move up the Pilgrim Tower to get a Pilgrim mold just to get this, it's a war crime. No one can defend this. This is not a progression. Oh, well, if they gave you a Pilgrim every single time, you would have no reason to come back to the game. There's plenty of reasons to come back to this game. We're not saying guarantee a Pilgrim every single time, because they do still have to be, but that's why you give somebody a SSR, at least. Because there's tons of SSRs that aren't even meta. So you can't, so even if you get an SSR, a guaranteed at least SSR on a Pilgrim mold, it's not like it's going to make your account. It could still be a trash unit. It could still be a unit that you just want to use for meta, or for waifu, and you don't care about meta with that character. However, or it could just be a PvP character, and maybe you don't care about PvP. That's not going to negatively impact your progression. It's only going to make you feel rewarded when you get a Pilgrim mold if you could guarantee an SSR at least out of it, because you'd feel like you got something out of it. Something that you could at least look at. But you're not, like, you can't even look at an R. You can't even look at an SS or an SR in your account from a Pilgrim mold and be like, yeah, that was worth it. You'd be lying to yourself. Give the player at least an SSR out of a Pilgrim mold. And I was going to say, like, maybe they could do something where, like, they guarantee you something from your wish list or something, at least. But that might impact... That could be easily abused, because you could just put all meta characters into your wish list, and every time you get a Pilgrim mold, just swap out a meta character into your wish list until you get all the meta characters. But that would be too much. Just guarantee an SSR at least. Or make it statistically improbable to pull an SR.
People will come out here and complain about Ram and Amelia not having booty shakes?
Well, to be fair, Mari has one of the best gyats in the entire game, and she got that anime Benjamin Buttons, so there's no reason why she can't have jiggle. And she don't have jiggle. And I've seen people, she's a sniper unit. So, her body moves. They don't have to have her, like, come on. Like, you don't have to have the model snap back so quickly. I mean, look at this. Somebody tried to defend this. Now he's got me onto the real meat and potatoes, the real problems with Nikke. Papa Clay's been working all day in the fields. He wanna come home to some jiggle, okay? Papa Clay want that jiggle. Does she need to snap? Like, does she need to snap so quickly? Like, come on. Like, yeah, you're gonna be focusing on the scope or whatever, but it's just like, it's almost imperceptible, the amount of jiggle here. So, there's no, like, come on. You can't make a gyat that, the gods sculpted this gyat. And they ain't no jiggle on it. Unacceptable. But yes, Pilgrim molds are broken and they need to be fixed as well.
Keep it. Honestly, at this point...
yeah, if all you can spare is a rare, you keep it. You obviously shift up. You doing worse than me, apparently, with your $1 billion company. You're doing worse than me. Why don't you keep this R? Keep this R for yourself. Put her on your team. Let's see you put her on your team and tell me if Pilgrim molds are good enough shift up. You go ahead. You put her on your team and you clear content.
They could keep that whole flawed
What is bro holding on to all of these boxes for? Unleash the boxes, bro.
You guys let me know, because I could care less now. At this point, I'm done. I'm done. I don't care. I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate it. Wow, I hate it. You guys got it, bro. Triple X, I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, this is Zeos. Go subscribe to him because he's in pain and he deserves it. But yeah, other than Mari having the best Giat in the history of the universe and not having jiggle, yeah, Pilgrim molds are a problem. They should be fixed. They should be reworked. They should. I mean, well, you already know what I think. I've been talking like nonstop for 30 minutes.